Have you ever found something where two of your niche interests are perfectly mashed together in a way that you never knew you needed until you experienced it? Well, for me, those niche interests are VTubers and metal music, and both are expressed perfectly in Futakuchi Mana, the metal yokai VTuber who just debuted on Valentine's Day.
Hello, imps. Thank you for coming to my debut.
I learned about Mana when her channel was suggested to me on YouTube, and because I'll click on literally anything with a VTuber in it, I watched even though I hadn't heard of her. It was just a few seconds of her lip-syncing to a metal song, but I instantly knew that I had struck gold. A few days later, she posted a video announcing her debut, and I was able to watch that debut live. That was exciting for me because despite the fact that I've been down the rabbit hole since the summer of 2020, I haven't actually been able to watch any VTubers debut live until now. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I think that Futakuchi Mana had an incredibly successful debut, and I'll be breaking it down into 4 categories. Number 1, how scuffed was the stream? Number 2, how good were the aesthetics? Number 3, how was the interaction with the audience? And number 4, how engaging was the content?
Okay, let's start!
Let's start with how scuffed the stream was. If you're not familiar, scuffed is a word that streamers use to describe streams that are plagued by technical issues or don't go smoothly. Overall, Futakuchi Mana had a debut that had far fewer difficulties than most. She didn't really have any technical issues, aside from one moment where she appeared to be having trouble typing in a graphic on screen. The only other moments that weren't particularly smooth were when she was trying to decide how often to interrupt her planned content to read super chats, especially when they were coming in too quickly to keep up with.
Oh my goodness. Can you slow down on the super chats?
There was also an amusing moment where she mistook currency names for the names of donators.
I think I'm reading the names wrong. I'm reading the currency.
In all though, the stream went almost as smoothly as it could. Mana appeared to be able to present everything she set out to do, including a miniature concert, which went off without a hitch. Mana did say that she wasn't at the top of her game when it came to vocals because she was running on 2 hours of sleep because of an earthquake.
Was an earthquake? So I wasn't able to sleep.
But I think that makes the success of her debut all the more impressive, because she provided an incredibly entertaining experience even while sleep deprived.
This meat sack is running on 2 hours of sleep.
Next, I want to talk about the stream's aesthetics, in terms of the backgrounds, music, and Mana's model. The stream started off with a very cute waiting animation, along with a catchy background song that combines some traditional Japanese music sounds with a trap beat. The ending animation was even more impressive, as the lines in the pentagram moved with the audio waveform of the song. The stream itself only had 3 backgrounds, but that's pretty standard. There was a dark floral design for most of the stream, a stage for the concert segment, and an epic human demon battle painting for the FAQ section.
This is the what the fuck?
What really stood out to me graphically about the stream, though, was the way that Mana spiced up her slideshow with little clip art images. I thought that added a lot of personality and humor to them, especially things like the axe in the Twitter logo and the red X and blood over the hand trying to give her head pat.
Okay, so head pats, no more head pats, headbangs only.
In regard to the music throughout the stream, there was only one backing track aside from the beat used in the intro and outro, but it was a very soothing traditional sounding piece that provided a good ambiance while Mana was talking. Now, let's talk about Futakuchi Mana's appearance.
Oi! Where the fuck you looking at? Up, eyes up.
I think it's very high quality for an independent VTuber, though in my opinion she seemed slightly less expressive than some of the company-backed VTubers like those in HoloLive. At times it seemed like her mouth was lagging behind her voice a bit, though it might just appear that way because her mouth seems to be a lot smaller than other VTubers' mouths, and it's harder to see the differences between its shapes when she's talking. That said, Mana's model is really fantastic looking overall. It's based on the Higanbana flower, which is associated with death, as well as the Futakuchi Onna, a yokai with a second mouth on the back of its head, though we can't see that on the model.
My obijime is tied that way because I'm a yokai.
What's most striking about it though is the black and red coloring and the design of her kimono, which is very reminiscent of baby metal. That's definitely intentional considering that a baby metal cover was the first thing Mana uploaded to her channel. The design harmonizes the mythological yokai persona with Mana's metal interests very well, and is visually interesting from top to bottom, from the Higanbana flower in her hair to her boots and stockings framed by the trail of her kimono. She has some impressive hair physics as well.
I will never, ever, ever, ever step on anyone. So, there's that. That's final.
Next, I want to talk about Futakuchi Mana's interaction with her audience during her debut stream, which I thought was excellent. One of the things that stood out most to me across the whole stream was the level of control she had over chat. She made it clear that she wasn't going to tolerate bad behavior, which was shown in things like a pinned note on the chat telling people to behave themselves, and by a special segment during her concert. She mentioned hate comments she's gotten accusing her of being a man with a voice changer, said it reeks of
smooth brain, small PP energy,
and then did a screaming cover of Mulan's Be a Man, where she said, "Let's get down to business to defeat the simps. Did they send me haters when I asked for imps," which is her fan name.
You know what? I can't help that I have BDE. Hey, that's big demonic energy.
Repeatedly throughout the stream, Mana also asked questions where she expected the answer to be yes, and then demanded that everybody type yes in the chat, which was not only really funny, but it also emphasized that she was in control of the flow of the stream, and she wanted to build a respectful, responsive audience.
Okay? Say yes. I want to see yes in the chat. You can read it, right? Say yes. Right? Right, chat? Say yes. Can you feel the smooth brain, small PP energy leave your bodies? Yes? Yes? Say yes in the chat. I want to see yes in the chat.
Mana also took several breaks during the stream to read super chats to show appreciation to the fans who showed up, and clearly expressed her gratitude.
But thank you so much for sending me super chats. It's insane. What's going on?
At the same time, unlike many debuting streamers, she didn't get overwhelmed by the super chats or let the sudden influx of money throw her off her game much. When super chats got too numerous to read, she just announced that she'd read them all in a different stream. Mana's FAQ segment was also a good moment for fan interaction because she was answering questions directly asked by viewers. Lastly, let's talk about how engaging Mana's content was during the stream. It was broken into 3 sections: general introduction, live screams, and FAQ. The first part was a very standard VTuber introduction, talking about likes and dislikes, what she can and won't do, and more.
In my hobbies, I sing, I scream, I like reading. I also like lifting weights. What do you know?
However, the parts that Mana focused on the most were the ones dealing with metal music, and based on the excitement she had while talking about it, you can tell that her metal persona isn't just a gimmick. It's something she genuinely enjoys.
About Converge, I've seen them live maybe twice when they went on a tour here in Japan. You can tell, like she has mastered her false chords.
In addition, her other slides during this section were a good mix that really demonstrated her personality and humor. Mana's second segment, Live Screams, was a very enjoyable performance, even if Mana's voice wasn't at 100% due to her lack of sleep.
We are gonna do some live screams.
Her first song was Here We Go Again by Paramore, which was all clean vocals. And the second song, as I mentioned before, was Be a Man from Mulan with slightly tweaked lyrics and a mix of screams and clean vocals. I had a blast listening to both of them. Mana forgot a few of the lyrics to Be a Man, but took it in stride and quickly recovered in an amusing way.
Blah, 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 great!
The last part of Mana's live stream, the FAQ section, went pretty smoothly as well. She was able to give good answers to the questions on the spot, though she may have looked at them beforehand. She also had a really fantastic response to a question asking for advice on being a VTuber. I expected her to not really have much since she was new to it, but she just said,
make content. Find something that you like and something that you're good at, and then make content about it.
Which is so true. Too many people worry about how they're going to get started and never actually get started. In all, Futakuchi Mana's debut was a resounding success despite her lack of sleep and the fact that it was her first VTuber stream. She clearly demonstrated her personality and talents, all while engaging with the community and controlling the flow of chat. There were plenty of funny moments too.
Oh yeah, sure, you can call me vegan if you want. Twitter! Beat my body into nothing. Are you sure? Because I can. Yeah, I like Baroness. And ISIS too. ISIS, not the terrorist group. ISIS, the band. Imps can ask me for advice, because I'm a genius, as you well know. Is the color of your hair red or is it something else? I don't know, what do you think?
Mana also premiered another song cover 15 minutes after the stream, and you could tell people enjoyed this stream because they all flocked to the video premiere afterward.
If I don't see you there, my hellhounds are on standby. Please say yes!
That video ended up being a cover of Inkya Impulse, the ending to the anime Asobi Asobase, and Mana showed the full extent of her metal vocal capabilities. In just a short time, Futakuchi Mana has become one of my favorite VTubers, and I'm so excited to see the content she'll put out in the future. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it will help me out a lot as I try to grow the channel. I'm Matrix from Matrix A&M, Anime and More, and I hope you have a great day.